Hi everyone, this is the last function we are going to study for Algebra 2. Okay, so this is called a rational function, and notice that we have an x in the denominator. So I'm going to give you a table of values. So for example, I'm going to use -2 for x, and then I'm going to jump to -1. And notice that I'm jumping all the way to +1, which means I'm skipping 0, and I'll explain why in a moment. Then I'm going to 2. So when x is 1, then this is 1 over 1, right? When x is -2, then this is 1 over -2. So when x is -2, y is -1/2. What about when x is -1? Then this becomes 1 over -1, which is -1. When x is 1, it's 1 over 1, so y is 1. When x is 2, it's 1 over 2, so when x is 2, y is 1/2. So then those points, notice that if I go, -2 means I go to the left 1, 2, and then up, down 1/2, right? So it's this point here, but right there. If I go left 1, down 1, then if I go right 1, up 1, if I go right 2, up 1/2. Okay, notice that I'm not using 0, and the reason why is because if we have a 0 here, then this becomes undefined. So therefore, that means this graph has an asymptote at x equals 0, which is this line that you see here right on top of the x-axis. But if x cannot be 0, then y cannot be 0 either. So we have a horizontal asymptote and a vertical asymptote in this case. So the equation of the vertical asymptote is an x value, and that is where x is equal to 0. Okay, so that's this part, and the horizontal asymptote is where y is equal to 0. X-intercept, in this case, this graph's going to have none because it can't cross the asymptotes. And then y-intercept doesn't have 1 either because the graph will not be able to cross the asymptote. So then I'll come back to domain and range in a moment. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch the graph in such a way that it approaches the horizontal asymptote as it goes to -infinity, and approaches the vertical asymptote as it goes to -infinity for domain and range. So that's this side. What about the other side? Same thing. As y goes to +infinity, this will approach the vertical asymptote, and as x goes to +infinity, the graph approaches the horizontal asymptote. So this is what the graph looks like now. The domain, notice, since we can't use 0 for x, then this means this goes to -infinity and then approaches 0, union with 0 from this asymptote to +infinity. That's the domain. The graph comes from -infinity and then approaches 0, which is this horizontal asymptote, union with 0, and that's this side, then goes to +infinity. Okay, so that's the pink notes part of this lesson.